business, my business, and your business are very similar in so many ways. They're obviously different in so many ways too. But one of the ways that they're similar is in the fact that we're personal selling, and we're selling ourselves. And no matter how you slice it, talk about the property, talk about the mortgage rate, or the garage, or the program. At the end of the day, the people that you're working with, they have to trust you, and they gotta like you. So really, you are the product. So in that, I'm constantly looking to refine my abilities and my skills, and I'm always reading and watching videos, and always broadening my own horizons when it comes to the trade that I'm in, which is selling myself. Recently, my focus has been on the concept of referrals, okay? Personal referrals to me. It's an area that from my very first sales job, I was told it's the best, cheapest way to make money, because if you ask for referrals, you'll get them. And when you get the referrals, it didn't cost you anything to get that referral. You're not putting a billboard on 95 or buying a lead off the internet or anything like that. However, it's also, for some reason, psychologically one of the hardest things to do. People have a tough time with it, whether it's a tough time doing it to begin with or a tough time asking correctly to get results. It's difficult. So I sat down and I put my thoughts on paper on what I do and why I do what I do when it comes to asking for referrals, and I thought I'd share them with you guys, and hopefully you find it helpful. Okay? The first thing that we have to think about when we're talking about asking for referrals is what is it that we do for people. I mean, I had somebody ask me, somebody I was working with that said, Ken, do you sell crack for a living? And I said, no, I don't sell crack for a living. He said, because crack's bad, right? I'm like, yeah, crack's bad. He's like, you'd be hurting people if you sold crack, right? I said, yeah, I'd be hurting people if I sold crack. I don't know where you're going with this. And he said, what do you do for a living? I said, I do mortgages. And he says, you help people find products that meet their short-term or long-term financial goals? I said, yeah. He goes, does that help people? I said, yeah. And he says, well, if you're trying to help someone, why do you have such a hard time asking for permission to help their friends and family? And it kind of put things in a little bit of a different perspective for me. And it allowed me to kind of, from a mindset of, this is what I do for a living, I help people. I don't just help, I don't just get the mortgages, I help them. So as a result, I started thinking more positively about the concept of referrals. Okay? So I wanted to start by asking you guys what it is that you do for a living. All right? You don't sell crack, right? All right, because crack would be bad, right? That would be hurting people, right?
Cracker Jacks.
Anyway, you guys help people for a living, right? You help them buy their first home. You help them find an apartment. You help them sell their house for as much money as they can to help them afford their second home. You help them find their beach houses. You help them sell their homes so that they can go into retirement communities. And then you help their kids, hopefully, buy their first home. So this concept of this is what you do for a living is help people. Think of when you're in the mode of asking for referrals, always be in that concept of helping people. All right? Now, one of the reasons, the primary reason we don't ask for referrals, there's a little anxiety involved, right? I mean, is that safe to say? Would anybody feel comfortable right now picking up your phone, picking a random number off the list and asking for a referral right now, right this second? I challenge, anybody want to do that? No hands? When we're done, I'm going to do something called referral roulette. I'm going to pull up my contact list. I'm going to scroll down. You will tell me when to stop. When I stop, I will pick a name on that list, and I will call that person and ask for referrals. Okay? If your hand's not up, it's because you have an anxiety about asking for referrals. That's the truth of the matter. And the reason you have an anxiety about asking for referrals is because you have fear. Fear of what? Well, fear is just it's actually an extension of worry. Worry is suffering a tragedy that has yet to occur. Does anyone ever explain worry to you in that way? You're actually living a tragedy that's never even happened yet. That's worry. So when you're talking about asking for referrals, you're talking about picking up that phone, and what do you do in your mind? before you even say hello, you figure out what they're going to say and how they're going to reject you and how it's going to make you feel and how bad it's going to suck and how you probably shouldn't even do it. And you hang up the phone. That's worry. That's living, suffering a tragedy that has yet to occur. Has anybody heard, if you have heard of it, just say yes. I don't want you to give anything away. You ever heard of that? No? Okay. I'm just going to underline that for now. We'll come back to it. What are some situations where, just to kind of digress for a minute, what I want you to remember is that that conversation that you're having in your head is 100% made up. It's completely made up. You made it up yourself. It's a fabrication of your imagination. And just understand that before you pick up the phone, that whatever you think is going to happen doesn't matter because it's completely made up. Okay? So don't suffer tragedies that have yet to exist, that have yet to occur. Okay? Keep yourself free of that. Focus on the fact that you help people for a living, and what you're about to do is ask someone if you can help their friends, family, and coworkers. Okay?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's all right.